Salam and hello, my name is Abbas.
My name is In'am.
We're doing this show called Locally Yours.
Locally yours. Locally yours.
Hello, salam and welcome. This is Abbas with you. And yes, we have another episode lined up for you of Locally Yours. And you know, I'm not very good with creativity or even marketing for that matter. All I know is boost post, unboost post. And I think that, oh, look at me, I'm doing some fancy stuff. But today I have someone in the studio with me who will be coaching me about marketing, about making brands visible out there. You know, that's a noble cause because there's so many businesses out there who struggle with this one area of the business. Like they have amazing products, they have amazing founders, co-founders, but marketing is where they lack the expertise. And that's why today I have the one and only Mr. Abdulrahman Maskari, who is a full-time entrepreneur. And along with that, he's also the co-founder of Scene Marketing. Now, just a fun fact before we pan the camera towards the guest, Scene is spelled as C-E-E-N, not the usual S-E-E-N. Now, why? Because C stands for the letter C, creativity. And I was blown away. I was like, whoa, that's a great name. And that's why we have Mr. Abdulrahman. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Abbas. Thanks very much for that beautiful introduction.
Thank you. You found that beautiful. I'm impressed. This is the first time someone is telling me that. It's touching.
I mean, but you said something in the beginning. I'm going to coach you. I'm not going to coach you.
Okay.
In case you had to pay me for that. So just be clear.
You know, I thought you were a businessman. I thought you would take this opportunity and make some money out of it.
Money, right? Not for free.
That's brilliant. So, Abdulrahman, before we jump into your company or what you do, tell us about yourself. What got you into this? What got you into starting something of your own and doing this full time?
Well, that is a very long story about Scene and how we started.
We have all the time.
Yeah. In late 2019, Scene Marketing is owned by me and my partner, Sami Mola.
Right.
He's famous on social media. He's a marketing genius, I'll call him. So late 2019, Sami left his job and he started the company.
Okay.
And in 2020, I had a job and I was helping Sami in the business, here and there. And one day he came to me and he offered me to be a co-founder. He said, Abdulrahman, hey, we could use your talent.
Right.
So let's partner up. I said, right, let's do it. And the plan was when, this is going to start 5 months or 6 months later.
Okay.
Because the company was not ready. We just started, or Sami just started. I went home, I thought about it, and then I went back to my job. And 2 days later, I called Sami. I'm like, bro, I quit my job. I'm coming tomorrow.
Wow.
It's like, are you sure we can't even afford your salary? I said, it's fine. We're going to make ourselves salaries.
Right. Oh, wow.
And
okay. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So basically you quit your job and you also knew what you wanted to do, after you quit your job. That's what sometimes when I talk to new upcoming comics, I tell them that taking risks is good, but taking a calculated risk is better.
True. 100%.
And I think that's what you did because according to your story,
Yes.
you already knew that you had a plan. That's why you quit your job.
Yes, I really don't advise anyone. I mean, don't take this as an advice to leave your job.
Right,
If you have a job, you're happy with it, man, God bless. That's really good thing. But I had a plan. I trust my ability to sell. And also I was working in a marketing agency. So I know ins and outs of this business. And the company was ready. Sami did a good job with it. And regardless of the challenges that we had in the first year, I mean, we're both adults, and the first year was really hard financially, but we made it. However, still, again, don't advise anyone to do this. It's risky unless you have proper calculations with it, because it was not my first business. Scene Marketing was not my first business. In 2016, I started a business for a couple of months, failed. Again, started another one. It didn't work. I went back to the job market.
Right.
It was on and off,
Gotcha.
So I had a background in business on how to do it. So that's how I started.
And what are some of the challenges that businesses generally face when it comes to, say, even branding? Let's take a smaller area of a business, branding. So what are some of the challenges in Oman that businesses face when it comes to online or offline branding?
We do have many challenges. Some of the challenges are all over the world. It's not just in Oman. Usually, let's start with one thing. When you're a business founder or business owner, you know one thing about that business. For example, you're really good at in importing your products and putting it in the showroom, your showroom. But that doesn't necessarily make you good in branding it and marketing it. So you need an expert to do that. And
I'm that guy, by the way.
He's not that guy.
No, I used to think I can do everything, and then I realized that no, I need other people. Like Abdulrahman said, you're good at something, you stick to that, and you let the other person who's good at that thing do that thing.
Yes,
so carry on.
And give them. You got to give them trust to do it. So that's one of the challenges that we think we know everything, but we don't. We just know how to conduct business. I myself, I'm not a marketing expert. As I said, companies for me and Sami. Sami's the marketing genius. He leads the team. He's the best in that. By the way, you should invite him here. He's a really interesting guy.
There you go. I found another guest. Why not? We have a co-founder. Let's get another one as well. Inshallah, why not? Of course, this platform is basically for local talent. People who live in Oman and they're doing something for the community, like they're giving something back. So that's brilliant. Yes, go ahead, please.
So that's the thing. I'm not really good in marketing that much. I'm good in sales. I'm good in growth, making sure the company is profitable. That's my job. But Sami's taking care of the other part of the business, which is team leading, and he's the marketing brain of the company.
Okay. Yeah. And let's go a bit more deeper. I just want to talk about marketing because I think that is a big challenge for the local market in Oman. Sure. Like I said, initially that yes, businesses have great products, great founders and co-founders, but marketing, including me. Like if I take my example, sometimes I create something, I put it out there and I think that, this is going to go viral. Like this is amazing, but it doesn't. But when it comes to making something viral, you're pretty good at it because you did something. And you know what? I won't tell anyone what that thing is. I'll let you speak about it from the very start because I want to hear it again. It was so interesting.
All right. So you're pointing at Ahmed al-Duqm, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's one of the projects that we worked on, and it was a breakthrough for scene marketing. That project that shifted the company from a company that works with small projects to a company that works with only big projects. Alhamdulillah, that project did us good. So I'm sure people listening to this might have heard of it or seen it. Ahmed al-Duqm was an event done in Duqm in late 2013, late 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So it was targeting youth, and it's in Duqm. So the challenge was, our part in that project was only marketing. So our job was to take youth, convince them to travel from Muscat, the city, to more than 600 kilometers
Duqm,
to Duqm.
I've been to Duqm. It's a pretty good place, actually. It's very peaceful, very laid back. People are nice. And there's a Pakistani restaurant I remember where I ate. They have the best dal. Dal roti.
Chapati.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful place. By the way, once you go there, you always think, when am I going to go there the second time?
Completely agree.
Somebody told me this before I go, and it's true. Anyhow, so that was really challenging, how to convince people and youth specifically to travel from the city to go there. So we started the campaign with something really weird, never happened before in Oman, which is we built a structure, a monolith structure in Qorum Park.
Right.
We placed it in a very random place in the grass in a dark area of the park. And then people started to take photos of it. And everyone started to come up with his own theory about that.
Right.
Some says this is from, aliens.
Yeah, of course, yes.
That's the first thing comes to mind, right?
I would get scared if I saw something of that because I've seen the picture of the monolith that was kept there.
Yeah.
And if I'm not wrong, if I remember it correctly, it had binary codes on it.
Yes, binary codes.
And it looked very futuristic, by the way. Like it would catch your attention.
It's so odd. It was odd looking structure. So we started it in this way. People started to generate rumors and content with it. We didn't do much about it. We just placed it there. People went there and took videos, photos, and started talking about it. And with this plan, with this strategy, that thing went viral in all GCC countries.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it was booming in X for a couple of days.
Wow.
X Twitter. And then we took it from there and to social media, and that's how we started this campaign. So this is one of the projects that we're really proud of. And there's more to come, by the way. There's a big project we're working on with a government entity
Right.
that I can't yet talk about the details, but stay
Ooh,
tuned.
top secret, I see. All right.
Yeah, so
Area 51. So
what was that? What was that?
top secret project. So another question that I have, when you did Ahmed Dukum,
Yeah.
right? And when this was done, did you have to take permissions? Like I'm guessing that.
Of course.
I'm just letting people know as well, because creativity.
Otherwise, I'll be in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So,
Yeah.
and how was that procedure? Getting the approvals? Was it? How long did it take you? Just if I may ask, like if someone wants to do something as creative as that, which is something completely out of the box.
Yeah.
How was it? Like, how did you get
That's
it?
usually not on the contractor. That's on the client. So we're gonna tell him a proposal on everything, what's gonna happen, where, when, and what, and what's the reason for doing it. We submit it to our client. The client will take care of all the permissions. We cannot speak on behalf of the client.
Okay,
So,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I get you.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then speak to all the authorities, including ROP and
Okay, so basically it was done with approvals and stuff. That's
course, of course,
yeah.
of
So
course.
you can't just go to Kurum Park and then just leave something and then just assume that hey, it's gonna go viral. Yeah, you're gonna
first thing you'll be taken.
yeah, you'll hear a knock on your door like when you're having lunch or something, and then
Yeah.
you'll be like, "Hi." Okay. So anyway, moving back to the conversation. Sorry, I just went off track over that. My bad. So coming back to the conversation, tell me one thing that companies or organizations in Oman that they do that is not right for their branding, or if they're running a campaign, and one thing that they do right. Now, I don't mean to ask you in a very specific way that, oh, tell me about this specific campaign, but one thing that I might not pay attention to, or you might not pay, and it just slips out. Every time it slips out and you're like, wow, I should have done that one thing right.
I mean, Abbas, that's a very broad question. I'm not in a position to analyze
Right.
campaigns. There'll be better answered by a marketing expert, true marketing expert.
But
which
okay,
is one of my
let's make
team.
it specific to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Was that one thing that you generally miss out and you were like, oh, I should have done this and it would have been better?
Again, that's a very hard question.
That's why you're on Locally Yours.
Right. I can't remember something now, but maybe later on I will. And I'll try to answer it.
One thing that you do right that might work for brands out there.
I insist on the clients to put a really big budget for the paid ads. I mean,
Okay.
as you just stated in the beginning, that I post something and I expect people to see it and it goes viral. It's not. The algorithms on social media work differently now. It's not like 10 years ago when Instagram first started. So there has to be assigned very good budget with a media buying strategy as well. There's a budget, let's say 10,000, where are we going to spend it? So media buying paid ads is really essential for a campaign success. So that is something that you cannot miss out, because not whatever you post is going to go viral.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. And also, I think you need to do it frequently. Like every time you
course.
post fails, or you feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe I was expecting 1,000 likes, but I got like 100 likes.
True.
Maybe you can get back to it. So you need to be consistent as well.
You
Because
need to be consistent. The platforms, social media platforms, will give privilege or advantage to those who post regularly. And I mean, one post a week is not enough.
Right.
Yes, and you gotta mix the media to short videos, carousel, graphic designs, so on and so forth.
Let me talk to someone out there. Abbas, are you listening to that? I'm talking to myself, actually. Are you listening to that? Because yes, you need to do it frequently. And that's why, I don't do it very frequently, but I have a massive following on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I do.
It's 1,200 people following
you.
me.
Yeah.
1,200 people to be precise.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's about making an impact.
Yeah.
It's not about the number of people.
Yeah, true. I mean,
I'm not sad
you know
about
what?
it. Honestly.
Can you guess my followers?
Okay, it might be somewhere in 10K.
I mean, the irony of it. I own the agency, but I have 760 followers.
Abbas one, Abdulrahman zero so far. Yes.
But my partner, Sammy, he's a marketing genius.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty good in his social media.
I know. What number are we talking here?
Sammy exceeded 10K. Definitely.
Sammy, if you're listening to me,
organic content, no paid ads.
exactly.
No
See,
nothing.
that's what even when you look at the numbers nowadays, companies when they pick an influencer or someone, they look at the numbers. What they from what I've learned is that you need to also look at the interaction. Okay, fine. 10K followers. Is the post getting 20 likes? Because then you kind of like take an educated guess that there's something fishy, you know? Like something mishkaki going on over here. You know, not fishy, like something mishkaki going on.
Actually, it's totally wrong to buy followers because now with the new algorithms, AI, they understand everything.
Right.
They know you bought those followers. So don't do it because you'll be shaded. Your account will be shaded.
And also, even my own brand, Humor Infection, I never bought any followers. Even though I got very tempted, I won't lie. I got tempted a lot of times because I would get upset seeing another comedy group, say, propping up in one of the GCC countries.
Yeah.
And within like 2 months, 3 months, I'm looking at them, and because I stalk a lot, I don't have friends. So I will
find some friends, man.
Oh, yeah. I have one already.
All right.
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm going to call you every day now.
All right, I'm going to change my number.
So I noticed that these brands are growing really fast. And I'm like, what are they doing right? And then I let my brand grow organically. So organically by posting memes or show posters. And, I was like, let me just play the long waiting game.
Yes,
it's
posting the right content that your followers are interested to
And
see.
you, as someone who visits my profile now, when you look at my posts, yes, our show posters don't get too many likes. But when you look at the memes, you'll know that, yes, it matches with the number of followers. And that's what I want. I don't want you to discredit my brand just by looking and be like, oh, wow, 20K? Oh,
1 like.
1 like, 5 likes, 2 comments. Something is mishkaki. Let's use mishkaki.
It is very mishkaki.
So, okay, as we're on the subject of marketing and being more visible out there, so what are the challenges that some Omani brands face that is stopping them from going global? Like, why don't I see an Omani shoe brand, which is giving a run to Nike and Reebok for the money?
I got you. I mean, that would be a question to ask 10 years ago, but today Omani brands are there, not necessarily in FMCG or fashion. I mean, even in fashion nowadays, Omani brands have proved that they go international, and there are so many cases of that. There's for example, a boutique, fashion boutique, that was owned by a lady. I can't recall the name of it, but the dress is worn by Beyonce.
Oh,
and yes, there are Omani brands that go outside the country.
So my question is, why don't these brands have celebrity status in our own country? Why don't I see the founder walking somewhere and then people just like...
I mean, that's a question I would ask as well. Why don't we see that?
Is it that our, call them followers or customers or whoever they are, online or offline, is it that we don't get enough support from them? Or what is the link that's missing between the brands and the local people over here to get that celebrity status? Why is it that in India or in America, if there's a brand, you'll see the founder walk into a restaurant and like people, oh wow, it's that guy who created Nothing Phone 1 or someone.
Yeah, I get you.
It makes me a little sad, like just seeing that. I'm being very honest. I'm talking on behalf of everyone out there who's working tirelessly to get the brand up there.
That could be, I mean, with the Omani nature that, I mean, did you know me before? You don't.
Agree.
People knows that.
I count myself in the masses, by the way. When I ask this question, I'm there on the other side of the fence too.
Not everyone is a camera person or someone who wants to be the face of the business. Some people just like to work the business, make it profitable, and they don't want to be everywhere. But some of them want to be, and they're not there. They don't get that celebrity status.
Right.
We should ask this question in social media and get the answers of people.
Actually, if you're watching this video, give us your take. Like Abdulrahman said, if you have a take on this conversation that, hey, Abbas, this is why brands don't work, or this is why they work, or I'm running my own brand, and you know what? I want to appear on Locally Yours. You know what? The table is actually open. As soon as he leaves, you can come in.
Listen, as another factor, we don't have that big of population here,
Right.
So that could be one of the reasons for brands not to get really trendy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think in the end, if we had to conclude this conversation, I would say that businesses can't survive without their customers.
True.
And customers, if you are loyal to a business and if it disappears, I'm not saying you won't exist without that business, but it's going to be a little inconvenient. If I had to put it in a nutshell.
It is. We got to give a chance to local brands.
Indeed,
Really.
indeed.
And since the boycott, thank God,
Right, yeah.
that opened their eyes to so many alternatives that are local produced here in Oman and they're same quality of the international brands.
But I
Even
have,
better
as a
sometimes.
consumer, I have a take on that.
Yeah.
I do feel, I don't run a business, so I'm not an expert, but as a consumer, I would say that when I do offer local products, they're either on par with premium products, like the placement of the product is such, and it's a little heavy on the pocket. That's what I sometimes feel. Now, of course, you can travel to Jabal Akhdar and get organically grown pomegranate from there, fresh and also not that expensive. But you're going to the source.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick the same pomegranate from Muscat, for example, now I do understand that there are other costs that are added, logistics and everything to transport the pomegranate, storage.
Yeah.
But if they fall somewhere in the bracket where the masses can afford it, I think that also can launch a business quickly. Like if they can price the products in somewhere in the mid-range, not in the premium range, especially when it comes to local products. It's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, this is about it is about the pricing strategy and also the volume of the purchase.
Right.
You cannot compare price of an international brand that sells internationally and a local brand that sells locally. Those people get per order $1,000,000
Right.
of the order, so it's fine for them to have a profit margin of less than 100 paisa, like 25 paisa.
Because the volume is
Yes, it's mass
Such,
orders.
yeah.
But here we're talking about local brands that produce for a population of 5 million.
gotcha. Yeah,
So
makes sense. Makes a lot
that's
of
the
sense.
comparison. And going to what you mentioned in Jabal Akhdar, pomegranates, for example, those pomegranates are not produced for commercially.
Right.
I mean, they're not to be sold or for mass. So
Yeah.
they're just people. They have small farms. They produce a little bit more than they need, and they started selling it. So that could be one.
I think that's why you are my guest and I'm the host of this show.
I mean-
Because in the end, no, it makes sense. Because when I have a doubt, I put it on the table, and of course, that's this huge white table.
Yeah.
And then it could be right or wrong because I'm a human in the end, and I'm not an expert in everything.
Yeah.
And that's why I have you, and that's why it was absolute pleasure having you on this show and telling us about the project, out of the box projects that you were involved in the past, and anything that we have lined up in the future that I think you want to highlight before we end this, because you're thinking outside the box. I want to know what's for us in the future.
All right. I know before the interview we spoke about what I'm working on right now currently, but I cannot reveal. However, I'm working on a project that is going to disrupt the marketing industry.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
So the marketing industry. So you mentioned the industry as well.
Yes. Yeah. So it's going to cause disruption in the market. It'll change the industry if it worked once and for all. And the project is basically a combination of my knowledge in digital marketing and traditional marketing and all the years that I've been doing business. As I said, I cannot reveal details. However, if you are a coffee shop owner and you're listening to this episode, contact me via Instagram and we'll sit and talk about it. I'm gonna generate you another stream of income. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to invest anything. All the investment is on me. I'm not gonna ask you a share of your business.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say. So for now, we're targeting coffee shops. We're gonna start with them. And reach out to me if you have a coffee shop and let's talk about it.
All right. Wow. There you go. Like I said, Locally Yours is a platform where we feature talented Omanis. You could be just living in Oman. You could be anyone, Indian, Pakistani, this is a platform because you live in the Sultanate and we're one big family. This is just one big community. And it was an absolute pleasure, Abdulrahman, having you on this show.
Pleasure's mine.
And a lot of fun talking to you. And, I learned a lot, in all honesty.
I hope so.
You never know. I'm going to take my brand somewhere else now. I'm so inspired. Let's do it right now. So thank you so
Humor
much.
infection.
Good luck. Humor infection all the way, inshallah, man. And all of the businesses, good luck to you. If you're a local business, international business, if you're in the Sultanate, just come in and have fun, man. Because and retire, because this place is known for people who retire because it's laid back, it's relaxed.
I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but
So take care. Make sure that you comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this conversation. And inshallah, I will see you in the next episode. Thank you.